So it has been quite a while since I last posted anything on my YouTube channel, specifically as it relates to just cycling and the dissertation and all of that stuff. This year, I think for so many of us, or for most of us, has been like super trying, and that's definitely been the case for me. It's just been so much of a challenge, and if there's any silver lining to this year, for me it's just been me being able to reevaluate some of those engagements and interactions, and to kind of focus on those that do leave me a little more energized and refreshed and less anxious or, you know, bothered or unsettled. Also, I think back in July, I made a video where I claimed that I would back off on riding the bike some, so that I could focus on dissertation writing, and that is actually what I've been doing. I'm making progress slowly but surely, so I'm really happy about that. It's really stressful, but we're doing it. So I've not been on my bike as much. Even if I think the last month or so, Daniel has been riding his bike a lot. He generally rides at least 2 or 3 times a week. The folks that I was riding with somewhat regularly, I think they're still riding. But I've not been riding because the last time I rode in Montgomery, for instance, I didn't wear my sunglasses and something got into my eyes, and the contacts were brand new, and I feel like they were infected or something because my eye was like red, both of them. So I threw those contacts out, and I ordered new contacts immediately, and I literally just got them today. And the only reason I got them today is because I called Lens Crafters, or the doctor's office in the Lens Crafters store, and said, hey, where are my contacts? And they did some research, and they had delivered the contacts to our old apartment, which we haven't lived in well over 2 years. So you know, I might get to ride some in the mornings. I do need to set up my trainer so I can ride in that way. One of the other reasons is I've started photography. This is the Canon EOSR, or EOSR. I call them EOS. I don't know if that's the official term or phrase for it or not, but the Canon EOSR, which is a mirrorless camera. I think it's about 30 megapixels. It's a pretty cool camera. I actually started out in very early July or maybe late June, I don't know, with a Canon Rebel T7. I think it's 1500D in other parts of the world, which is a DSLR, very inexpensive camera, and I got into it and started really enjoying it. So, you know, now I find myself wanting to take pictures as opposed to riding the bike anyway, but it's a lot easier to take the pictures than to ride the bike and stuff. Also, I've had a lot of issues with my bike too since I got that SRAM Red ETAP group set earlier in the year. I've just had issue after issue with that bike. I had to get a new bottom bracket about 2 or 3 weeks ago. There were some minor adjustment issues, and that's been the main thing. It's just not been adjusted all that well. I broke the hub on my rear wheel not too long ago. That had to be replaced. But I didn't start having all these issues with my bike until I got this new group set. So just because something is expensive or top of the line doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to yield the greatest results, right? Or the best performance. And I think it was just probably some adjustment issues that I had with that. But we did a ride in Montgomery. It was a rainy day where we did a metric century, and oh my gosh, that was such a fun ride. I've never been pushed that hard on a ride, because we averaged over 18.5 miles per hour, which is really fast for me. I'm not a fast rider at all. And there's also not as many climbs or hills in Montgomery compared to the Lee County, Auburn areas. But gosh, that was a really fun ride. It was so many of us out there too. I'm just all over the place because I said I wasn't going to talk about riding bikes and kind of what was going on with me. But I think for now, I'll have to be content with, you know, the most miles ridden at a time was 95. So no Century is in store for me this year. Is that a Trump flag? Certainly not on a big truck like that. Live in Alabama too, so there's that. But yeah, so working on the dissertation, you know, kind of getting the opportunity to really spend time alone, and being able to kind of think a little more clearly about some of my next steps, next moves. Really the big things are the dissertation, doing the photography thing. I'll link my Flickr and new Instagram account, because I did delete my old Instagram account. I got a new Instagram account, new Flickr account, so I'll link those in this video's description, just in case you're interested. And if you're in the Auburn or Lee County areas, or East Alabama, or, you know, somewhere in North Carolina, or the DC metro areas where I'm likely to travel, you know, I know good. Oh, I thought that said Trump on the back as a company. Anyway, you can certainly feel free to ask me to do photos for you, because it is something that I really enjoy. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm wanting new people to kind of take photos of, because I know Daniel is tired of me asking, but at the same time his fans love seeing his pictures. But I also want to do some women, I want to do some families, some couples. So if you have anything like that and you're interested in me doing them, let me know. Also, I'm going to be, once I receive IRB, which will come after my methodologist on my dissertation committee decides that what I've submitted to him is good enough for now, I'll also be reaching out to folks that I know through social media mediums, to ask them to distribute my instrument and survey to folks who meet the criteria, which here in Alabama there should be quite a bit of that. So left the office about 10 minutes late, and now I'm stuck in what is considered, you know, a lot of traffic for Auburn. I'm kind of stuck in that now. I'm still trying to make sure this ain't no dang on Trump flag on a company. I know that thing don't say Trump train. Oh, hell yeah, it does. I need to figure out what company that is. This place is going to hell. So, to be honest, and I don't even feel like by the end of the year we'll still have a country that we recognize will probably be in the middle of a civil war, which is one of the things that I expressed concern about in the video that I posted earlier in the summer, or later in the summer rather.